good day. There's a few more here today than there were yesterday. Hello, CJ. Good day, Denise, Sister Jeannie, and Rebecca. And happy birthday, Benedict. Benedict Michael Santa Croce. He is 25 today, my son. And he's very excited about that. All right, let's get started with Good Day Rising prayers, and we'll actually continue on with more, and I think we'll conclude with the story of the Mecca issues with the Rosary. Okay. In nomine Dei, Maternam Nostra, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Trinity and in Catholic contemplation. Humbly venerate the Divine Family. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility. I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O Most Holy Trinity, I firmly believe that Thou art one Divine Family, Dea Maternam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. And relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace, and life everlasting through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Maternam Nostrae. O Most Holy Trinity, I love Thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because Thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of Thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Most Holy Trinity for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven and for the souls in purgatory. O Most Holy Trinity, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good. And let us beg of the Most Holy Trinity the graces which are necessary to us. O Most Holy Trinity, Thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of Thy grace. Deny me not Thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which Thou forbiddest, to practice the good which Thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please Thee to send me. O Dea Maternam Nostrae, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O Most Holy Trinity, as envisioned by St. Lucia as the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Maternam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because they offend Thee, O Most Holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love, I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. It is worth noting that the red, cone-shaped hat that Masonic Shriners like to wear is called a fez. Originating from the 7th century Arabia and under the leadership of Muhammad, thousands of Catholics were slaughtered in the city of Fez, Morocco. After the slaughter, the Mohammedans took their hats and dipped them in the blood of the Catholics, who themselves were around this time being subverted into Lord worship by Masonic agents like St. Augustine. The satanic Lord-worshipping Islamists wore the fezzes throughout the land to glorify their victory over the church. This is why Masonic American presidents and idols who appear to be Middle American Christians were photographed with Islamic headdressings. They are all Luciferian Freemasons, and when they are called on it, they are trained to revert back to the God of the Bible, quote-unquote God. A book that was written by Moses and their satanic Jewish lodge forefathers. Luciferian Shriners, quote, having a little fun and showing off their Islamic headdresses, and here's a picture of them on the website. From left to right, J. Edgar Hoover, first director of the FBI, John Wayne, born Marion Mitchell Morrison, epitomized American masculinity, quote unquote. Mel Blanc, animator, voice actor for Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Tom and Jerry, etc. Gerald Ford, 38th President of the United States. And Edwin Buzz Aldrin, American astronaut, Shriner, Freemason, and quote-unquote moonlander. This is why Jewish rabbis speak of Arab Muslims as subhuman. They have fallen for the Jewish Lord deception and will fall into hell for denying the divinity of the Catholic Trinity. Their holy, quote-unquote holy, Quran admits that Allah is the burning bush, the same satanic entity which Moses spoke to, the same fundamental lie of the Masonic Protestant religions and the Vatican II crowd. And many trads as well. Need my little light magnifier here, hold on. When Moses said to his family, I have sighted a fire and will bring you news of it, or bring you a flaming spark that you might warm yourselves. Then when he approached it, he was told loudly, blessed is he who is in the fire and those around it. And glory be to the Lord of the worlds. Lord of the worlds. O Moses, I am truly Allah, the Almighty, wise. Almighty wise. Cast your staff. But when he saw it shaking as though it was a serpent, he turned around, not looking back. O Moses, do not fear the messengers, do not fear in my presence. I am indeed all-forgiving, merciful. We give David and Solomon knowledge. Those are excerpts out of the Quran. Although the Quran is not the focus of this Fatima movement file, it is worth showing that the Islamic religion is also based in the heretical fire Lord of Moses. As you can see on page 235 of this Quran, the same Jewish tricksters are at play. David, Solomon, and of course Moses and his burning bush Lord. In Islam, the Lord of the Old Testament is called Allah. Jewish Freemasonry is popular in Palestine as well, just as the Masonic Protestant pastors and the priests of Vatican II aim to take souls into their dominion in hell. So do leaders in Palestine. The Masonic cult of Lucifer is worldwide, no exceptions. I was just discussing that yesterday with my wife. It is truly worldwide. By now you should understand that the Lord is Satan. It does not exist as a monotheistic deity known to the Islamic world as Allah, nor as it is known to Protestants and Vatican II types as the Our Father. What Muslims call Allah is actually a group of formerly living Masonic men who had the foresight to create a false religion which cleverly deflects all worship to themselves, just as Protestants naively worship Jews named Elias, Jesus, and other lords from the Old Testament as their God, so too do the Muslims. Muslims also fall into the same Jewish Masonic deception, naively worshiping 99 dead Masonic men who are collectively known as Allah, or all of the Ahs. Below are the names of the 99 members of this Islamic council in hell who gain their power in the devil's pyramid scheme by deceiving mass amounts of goyim into the worship of a false god, delivering souls to their boss in exchange for salvation from the fire at the bottom of hell. You can go to the website too to see the list of 99 quote-unquote lords. There's also pictures here. Formerly living Freemasons find themselves in a position of power in hell, escaping the torments of the fire at the bottom of this pyramid scheme and saving themselves from eternal pain. This is why, when they were alive, they were such public advocates for the Lord of the Bible, posing as false priests, clerics, pastors, etc. So what is the determining factor of whether a soul in hell is one being tormented or is actually the one doing the tormenting? A pact made with Satan while they were living is the difference maker. The Masonic initiation is the key to a Freemason's salvation from the torments at the bottom of hell. The Goyim who strayed from the unity of a valid Catholic Church and God, the Mother's protection, will find themselves paying the price for following Masonic wolves in sheep's clothing. Remember the 99 pagan lords collectively known as Allah. So how did saying the Rosary against these top-level Islamists on September 10th, 2015 destroy Mecca? It's simple. The Rosary saves souls. How many? Conservative teachings indicate 50 souls per prayer. When the prayer is repeated 150 times, simple math tells us that roughly 1 hour of following Dea Matronam Nostri's orders and saying the entire 150 Rosary saves 7,500 souls from hell. But this was the teaching of the later Catholic Church, based on the Novus Ordo form, which only contains one key to heaven. When the Masonic heresies are edited out of the Ave prayer, the numbers multiply to 100 or even 150 souls per prayer, which adds up to over 20,000 souls an hour. So this device given to the children of Fatima and other saints is actually quite the weapon against these Masonic demons, if one knows how to use it. And there's a picture here of the 3 children of Fatima decide to slack off and shorten the Rosary prayer, like children often do, causing it to become powerless. This provokes a visit from Our Lady to correct their ways. So what happens when you ask God or Lady to save the souls in the dominion of a specific person in hell? It's simple. The souls that they oversee are saved, pulled out of the fire. And since that specific dead Freemason no longer has any slaves, he or she falls into the fire and takes on the role of a Goyim slave. What happens when you say a triple 150 Rosary against each of the 99 lords that form a sort of council that living heretics call Allah? The foundation of that sect is destroyed, discredited, and loses its long-term power and influence. Its leaders scramble to regroup to try to explain why this false god struck their world headquarters and try to keep their sheeple in line. The process of destroying Islam has only begun, and the rest is up to Catholics worldwide who now control their own destiny. Are you going to stop sitting on the sidelines, lamenting the fact that aggressive Muslims are taking over the world? Or are you going to follow directions and finish the job yourself? And here at the end of this page on the website is the Fatima movement instructions for the end of Islam. Make the sign of the cross with your rosary, saying, In nomine Dei matronum nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Then say the Fatima prayer. O my Deum Iesum Christum, please pardon my sins and save me from the fires of hell. Please save all souls from purgatory, especially those in most need. Then ask God what you want, your petition. Dea matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, with the following rosary prayers. Please save the souls under the dominion of, and here you can insert names from the list above, and then continue your prayer, the Aves, as you normally would, and also at that point, and then at the very end, again, bless yourself with the rosary. In nomine Dei matronum nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. We've seen how effective this is. So if England has a problem with Muslims overtaking their cities, that's all they need to do is gather in the street, and you don't even have to gather in the street. You can gather together, and that increases the prayer. I want to thank those who have recently joined and subscribed, and that's all I mean by joining. That's all you have to do. I do have to get some rosaries out. I'm waiting for one lady's contact so we can mail her rosary and a scapular. So it continues, one person at a time who can understand this is the solution. And of course, you have those demons who are adamant against what we're doing, and of course causing issues with, just attacks, just, childish attacks. And we also add them to our rosary prayers as well. All right, thank you for listening. We will continue tomorrow with a new topic, subject on that list at ourladyisgod.com. And we did get a boost of new subscribers just last week. We have my channel now has over 75,000 views. And that's mainly because of the persistence, the perseverance of all of you in seeking the truth, and in me keeping the website information out there through the Mass platform here. So thank you for that. All right, let's get started with Mass. Deum vobiscum, et corpore te. Oremus. O most holy Trinity, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired. who lives and reigneth with the one divine family forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum hoc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indenius famulos tuos ofendidibit Deum meum vivum et verum, pro inimitabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligencies meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus, catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiet ad salutem. Deum qui humanae substantia digna totum mirabit tu condidisset mirabilis reformasti da nobis spiritus atque divina mysterium eus divinitatis esse consortis criminitatis nostrae, fieri notis est parteceps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Oferimus tibi Deum calicem saitaris tuum de peccantes clementium, ut conspecto divinae majestatis tuae pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum odori suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito suscipiam orate Deum Iesum Christum, et sec fiat sacrificium nostrum in conspecto tu hodie, ut placiet tibi Deum matram nostra, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo, et accipere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas Sanct Oblationum con tibia ferimus, a memoriam passionis, resurrectionis et discensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostra et Papa Peter Sanctorum et Istorum et omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiet ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et idi pro nobis intercedere in interim caelis, quorum memoriam agimus in te spiritum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut meam ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat op Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipia Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis ad laudam et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem quoque nostram, totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque pote, sursum corda habemus a Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igito clementissimi Mater et Pater et Deum Matram nostrae, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus ac petimus. Uti accepta habeas et sanctificas, aec sanctam sacrificium ilibata, in primis quae tibi ferimus, pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam beatificare, custodire, honorare et regere, digneris toto orbiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Lucy, Katie, Gage, R.M., Robert Dosco Sr. and Jr., Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Letitia, Mindy Claret, Mark Jr., Henry, Barbara, and Benedict Santa Croce, Greg Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Ambletink, the Cantu and Duarte families, Michaela McLarnon and family, Sarah and Becky, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, Maria and the Lineweber family, the Kendrick, Dosco, Nye, Tafur, Began, Wolf, and Kane families, and all their intentions. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantis Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowances, sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium exchange with no usury. We pray for each of these nations to have their own monarch, Catholic monarch. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of these monarchies and to help transition into them. We ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that women cease working for Freemasons and corporations, that they come to understand the raising of traditional Catholic families is the highest ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society. We ask that men have courage to stop those wrongs that are occurring in our country and in our world at this time. Have courage to stand up against the satanic actions of most all politicians. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. And we pray for the elimination of all radiation type weapons and signals and equipment used for harm or influence of others unnaturally. All this we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Trinity's divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et noto devotio pro quibus tibi eferimus, velque tibi offrunt hoc sacraficium laudis, prosis huisque omnibus, pro redemptione honorum suarum, pro spe salutis et calamitatis suae, tibi quae redunt vota sua, aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et mamonum venerantes in primis gloriosae, semper Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium tuorum, Papa Sancta Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis, praecibus quae concedas ut in omnibus protectiones tuae, unium exidio per Ionum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibum, consecratum ac tabellum quae dineris ut nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat dedictissimi, filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum. Qui pridie quam vateretur recebit panem sanctus ac venerabilis manus suas. Et derivatis hoculis in caelum Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens. Consecravit frege dedique lumis sui dicens accipite et amnodocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postcum ceremoniae est accipiens et honc praeclarum calicem in sanctus ac venerabilis manus suas item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Consecrave dedique lumis sui dicens accipite et vivite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis affondetur in remissionem peccatorum. Haequo te scumque ficeritis in meum facetis. Unde et memoris Deum nos servituis et plebs tua sancta Iustum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beate passiones nec non et in fedis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensiones offerimus, praeclarae maestati tuae de tuis donis actatis, supra quae propitio axere novutur espicieri digneris. Supplices te regamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ibe hic per Philippum manus tuum, ut quod, ex acatoris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem sincerimus, omni sanctificatione caelesti et gratiae per amor per Ionum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Harry Andres, for whom this Mass is being offered. ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum quiscentibum locum refugere iducis et paucis odontor geste proclamare pedinum Christum Deum nostrum, per quam hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivibicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, Matronam nostra, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sanctam tuum in mulieribus, Dea Matronam nostra, Matram Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, abundibus malis praeteritis presentibus et futuris, et intercediente beata gloriosa semper Dea Matronam nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitiis pacem divus nostris, ut ope misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et omni perturbatione securi. Per indum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum et quoque apud te, haecum ex Deo et consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat excipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque apud te, Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum Matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum per mortem tuam mundum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinem tuum ab nobis iniquitatibus meis et universis malis, et fac me tue semper in hadare mandatis, et nunquam separati permitas, qui cum eodem Deum Matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indinius sumere praesimo non mihi proveniat in judicium et condonationem, sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi ad tutumentum mentis et corporis, et ad me delam percipiendam, qui vivis et reinas cum Deum Matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem calestum accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Dea Matronam nostrum non sum dignius, ut itus tectum eis in sancti verbos patronum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignius, ut itus tectum eis in sancti verbos patronum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignius, ut itus tectum eis in sancti verbos patronum mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retribum Deum Iesum Christum, pro omnibus quae retribut mihi, calicem salutaris accipiem in nomine Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudans invocabo Deum Matronam nostrae, et ab inimicis mei salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quod sumus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capimus et immunum et appae fit nobis remedium semper eternum. Scopus sum Deum Iesum Christum, quod sumpter sanguis quam patavi et heri et visceribus meis apraesta, ut in me non remania, scelera macula quem pura et sancta reficerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O most holy Trinity, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, ite mises, Deum gratia. Placiat tibi, Sancta Trinitum obsequium, servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium coroculis tuae majestatis inminus auctoritibus et acceptable, mihique et omnibus proquibus idut auctoliciti miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Maternam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Maternam nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, gratias. O most holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinity, Deum Maternam Nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and immaculate heart of Deum Maternam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Maternam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, gratias. Thank you for being here. Hello, William, and good day, Lorraine. Please go and sanctify all those who you meet today and every day. Have a smile, all right? Even though everything is completely upside down, it doesn't. I think it's going to be a good year for us. Continue to pray the Rosary 150. And continue to be here at Mass, and you will see the results of that work. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, 7:30. Have a great day. See ya.